Hi, welcome to Electric Trekker Creations. My name is Bex. Today I'm going to be making this reindeer jewellery case. Sorry, just picking some bits out. Just going to go away and mix up the resin and then I'll be right back. From the previous model that I've made of this, that was 326 grams. So transferring that to millilitres and then changing it to ounces because it's easier to measure it that way in these cups. So if you can see, 325 is in there somewhere, and then it's 350, and then I would need to do 175, or I can just do 12 ounces. So I could do 6 and 6 because it's easier. So bear with me while I pour this. This is a 1-to-1 epoxy resin. It's a no-name one, but I will link it in the description because I actually find it quite good. I wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers for, subscribing and watching my videos. When I started this about a month and a half, I was hoping that at least my very close relatives would subscribe and hopefully watch my channel without me having to bug them every single second. So the fact that I now have 90 of you is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what to say. I'm so grateful. So thank you so much. I don't think you know how much it means to me. Until I started this channel, I mean, I craft. I craft. I do lots of different crafts. Resin is the longest one I've stayed with, but I crochet, I make jewellery, I do quilting, I do embroidery, I do diamond painting. I didn't stick with that one long, to be fair. But it's just, I make stuff and I think we're all our own worst critics because I didn't believe very much of my stuff, or any of my stuff was particularly good and not good enough to sell. I mean, who would want something I'd made? Apart from my family, because they have to, because they've got to be nice. But you know, the lovely comments that I get on this channel, the fact that you guys have subscribed. Guys, I mean no offence, I use guys as in male and female. I'm British, it's just what I do. But yeah, the fact that you guys have subscribed and that you watch my videos means that you think that I'm doing something good, which is phenomenal and has given me such a boost of confidence in what I'm making and what I'm doing. So I just want to say thank you. Also, after joining, I very quickly joined the Discord group, Crafty YouTubers United, which is run by the lovely Tracy from Mini Scenes GB, and I've got to say they are phenomenal and so lovely. And so from there I then joined the Goblin Cave. Is it the Goblin Cave run by Lula? And again, amazing, fabulous people, so helpful, so encouraging. And then I've joined the Friendship Express, and honestly, if you're looking at crafting, want to maybe start YouTube, really scared about doing it. To be fair, I was so scared about doing it. I thought it was going to be awful and nobody was going to watch anything, and I genuinely was expecting it to be quite a horrendous process, learning and doing things and trying to join up with people who were already established or already knew what they were doing. I didn't have a clue. And all I can say is, if you're thinking about doing resin or any craft really, just honestly take the leap. The worst thing that will happen is you'll do a couple of videos and nobody will watch or subscribe. But the chances of that, especially if you get into one of the crafting communities, it's really a slim chance that that's going to happen, because everybody is so supportive. Okay, and yeah, I just wanted to say that because it's been awesome. It's been truly awesome. All right, okay. So I've mixed this. I know there's a ton of resin in, not resin, bubbles, but I'm gonna put it through my debubbler and then come back, okay? Do you like my little pot for my glitter? It's, yeah. So this reindeer mould comes with a stand for the antlers, but not for the neck. So I've used a little one of these and just tucked it under there, just gently, just a little bit. Now I want a lot of glitter in here because I want it to not be see-through. So we'll start with that and we'll see how we go. Now I'm going to add one more scoop just for luck. So spray the mould. Start with this. So here I'm just squeezing around the edges, trying to make sure there's no bubbles. I only poured in a little bit to start with, and then I'm using the stick to try and push the resin around, because the bits around the moulds at the bottom there are quite tight. So I'm just repositioning the support under the neck, and then I pour into the centre, and I'm hoping that doing that the resin will go out into the horns. Then I help it along with the stick a little bit, making sure not to touch the base or the sides of the mould, because I don't want to scratch the mould. I am being careful. It doesn't look like it because I've sped this up, but I promise I'm being careful. I do not want to scratch this mould. For the presents and laughter, I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. I then used the leftover resin that I didn't mix in with the glitter to just fill up the horn base. Today is day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas, which is a collaboration that is hosted by Steph from Highland Homemade Crafts. As you can see, I had a little bit of an issue yesterday. This kind of tilted and dripped off, so I'm going to need to fix that. I'll clear up the edge here. Okay, so the first one to demold is the deer's head. As I said, there's it's not overpour, it's spillage. And some of it will just tear straight off like that, which is wonderful. Let's see, I think this one is a bit thick to do that with. Yes, it is. Right, okay. So I'm going to start with the antlers. Hope I'm doing this under the camera. Ooh, that antler is a little bit thin. It's okay though. It's okay. It's for my mantel shelf, so I don't mind. And then, let's see if I can take the face out. So pull back from there, and then, Jimmy, there we go. And that is stunning. I'm just going to take off all the overpour. I may speed you through this or just delete this bit entirely. Now I will need to fill this bit in because it is quite a bit of a dip, but that's fine. I will do that in a minute. I might fill it with UV resin. There we go. But that is, I think, really, really pretty. Very sparkly. Let's move that out of the way. Now for the bowl. And if I remember correctly, I've only made this once before. Right, let's remove this one. But at least you can see why you need to prop the neck up, because obviously it's not strong enough to hold itself up. Let's put this in the scrappy bin. Let's move that out of the way. Now then, here's hoping that this came out as beautifully and without any bubbles or air bubble. It appears to still be a little bit bendy. We'll fix that in a second. And then once you've got the sides out, you just pull each one individually out. There we go. And you just turn the mould the right way around. And put them together. So I'm really happy with that. That is beautiful. Now basically in the image you can either have it sat like that or on here. So I'm going to put mine on here. Let me just fill this with UV first. So let's bring this back. What I've decided is that I'm gonna glue this on here like this, but obviously I can't just leave it like that. So out comes the glue and my wax pencil, and I have both AB ones and then I have these little blue ones which are different shapes. So what I've decided is in the ears I'm gonna put some little ones of these, because it can't be a Christmas deer without some pretty sparkle. Please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. This will help my channel and cost you anything. You can also leave a comment. Thanks. There we go. So far. And then I put that on there. But I want to do something with the horns. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. intention on here is, I was going to do those, but I think I'm going to go back to these, and I'm just going to do 3 shape. No, I'm going to do these. 1, 2.
Happened. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song.
And there we go. Please hang around for the glamour shots at the end. I had thought about putting something here between the join, but I decided I think that this is plenty enough as it is. There we go.